little crazy, but that's normal while work. So
Is it?
Yeah, just take it and roll with it.
So tell me a little bit about why you decided to put the Leah system in your pool.
I took over aquatics, I think, in 2010. I was just like, we can't have a guard go in the water and not know it and expect something and someone to just magically tell everybody, right? We had an incident this year.
Can you tell me a little bit about that incident?
So we had a member, this member moved to our area. He had been in Cookeville for a month and he was a swimmer. He swims laps all the time. He was on his 8th lap and he passed the lifeguard stand and got to about the 4-foot area and he felt that something was off. And so he stopped and he stood up and then immediately just face first in the water. The lifeguard was actually doing their 15-minute rotation and was coming around the edge of that pool. And so he was at the deep end when he seen him fall. And so he literally just ran and scooped him right up. And, you know, the wave went off exactly like it was supposed to do, alerted all of us in the building. And when I got in there, our 3 staff people, our lifeguard was doing breaths, our yes person was giving compressions, and then we had another gentleman who was actually working our welcome center who was hooking up oxygen and getting oxygen, you know, to the bag valve mask. We did the yes person did 3 rounds of CPR and they were exhausted, so I jumped in and did another 3 rounds of CPR before EMS arrived. And when I tell you that when I got to step back, when EMS took over and I looked, I was like, this is not going to end well. And I was like, man, we did this like we were supposed to, but I'm afraid that it wasn't enough. They took the member in distress outside and we stood out there for more than 10 minutes. And at 10 to 11 minutes, the ambulance, one of the drivers came out and he said, we just got a pulse. We're headed to the ER. I come back in, I'm like, okay, they're headed to the hospital. They're gonna take him straight to the cath lab. You know, here's what's gonna go on. You know, made sure everybody was good. And they call me Mama Mandy. And so contacted the family, of course, right away. And then called back and was like, we're gonna come over to the hospital just to be with you guys. Actually get to the hospital and Dr. Brewington, who's a heart doctor here in our area, was talking to his wife. Stops when he sees us because we had our white shirts on. Hey, great job today, YMCA. Great job. And so, you know, within this very short amount of time, we went from thinking, you know, this gentleman maybe just died in our care to, oh, he's 100% fine. Like the doctors said nothing short of him, you know, they were like, if he had not gotten oxygen in the AED the way he did, he would have died. He would have at a minimum had brain damage, you know. And they were like, but the fact that he literally he has no long-term effect of his cardiac arrest, no long-term effect. And in my mind, that is 100% because of trainings that we do and the fact that we had a system that alerted us that someone had gone into the water. And his wife's like, I just have to hug all of your necks. Like she said, because of you, I'm gonna cry. She said, he gets to be here for his grandkids. You know, like this is what we do this work for. And so I was like, everybody needs this. This is something that we need across the board. And it shouldn't just be if you're in one Y, you get this kind of treatment. And if you're another one, you get a different kind. We are putting these in all Y pools across the state. And this really solidified that when you invest in technology that can support people in their roles, you can save lives. And that is what this system is, 100%.